Primitivism, that's the alternative. Okay, I'll keep it simple. You may know this guy, the Unabomber. He was a primitivist. But don't worry, we are not killing anyone or destroying anything. His approach was wrong and he paid the price. So, what's primitivism? So, primitivism is the understanding of our ancestral lifestyle and adopting that lifestyle. So, another word that people like to add is anarchism. Anarchism is the absence of any authority or absence of a government. So combining both, you will get anarcho-primitivism, which is like an anarchist critiquing civilization. Yeah, as you already guessed it, anarcho-primitivism is a critique of civilization. So what is civilization actually? How do you define civilization? So we are talking about human societies, how a human society forms and gets structured. Civilization is a type of human society. Another type of human society will be a hunting gathering society. Hunting gathering, fishing, scavenging, whatever you every way you can acquire food and protection, but not civilization. So then hunting gathering, it's obvious that what it is. How do you define civilization? So civilization is defined by some characteristic points. One of the big ones being permanent settlement in the form of towns and cities or even villages, farming villages, as opposed to being nomadic, roaming around place to place in search of food. The second one being agriculture, relying on agriculture and having some sort of food surplus, whether you do it through farming or you do it some other industrial ways of making food. Social hierarchy. So you will have sort of hierarchy based on caste or gender or whatever. There is a hierarchy. There is a centralized authority or a government dictator, whatever, centralization, specialists or specialized labor or division of labor. Division of labor creates specialists, and cities, towns are full of specialists as opposed to a hunter gatherer. A hunting gathering individual will know most of the things. As an individual, he knows almost everything. Then written language, you have academic institutions where science, arts, philosophies, these things are taught. Monuments, big monuments. So you will have different types of houses as opposed to hunting gathering society. Usually all the houses look the same. Then some sort of trade between different cities and towns, and even there is some sort of economical activities in terms of barter or money or whatever. There is exchange of goods, exchange of valuables, money, etc. So essentially, a hunting gathering society now became civilized, and thus the term civilization. And so, why do anarcho primitivists hate civilization? So, we believe civilization is nothing but some group of people controlling the majority of the people. It's a form of control or oppression, whatever you call it. It's forced obedience and not a willful cooperation. So, as I mentioned before, anarcho primitivism is a very popular term, getting popular right now, and it is nothing but understanding and adopting our ancestral lifestyle. But specifically, it's not any ancestral lifestyle, not like going back to the biblical times or Bronze Age or Neolithic or anything. We are specifically going back to the Paleolithic times. I like to add one more prefix to that anarcho primitivism, and that is paleo. Since we are going back to the Paleolithic times, specifically, I like to call it Paleo-Anarcho-Primitivism or just Paleo-Primitivism. Why I dropped the anarchism word is because anarchism gives us negative connotation. Uh, oh, anarchism, oh, violence and killing and everything. It's anarchism. Anarchism is the most misunderstood term actually. And when you talk about Paleolithic people or Paleolithic lifestyle, they were anarchic. I mean, there were no government or any authority or anything. So I feel there is no reason to mention anarchism in that term. I like to call it Paleo-Primitivism, and also Paleo-Primitivism sounds a little less scary, if you will. So I won't be talking much about anarchism or in detail, or I hate to talk about politics, or and so I don't want to scare people away. And I'm also talking to everyday people in, and I will keep everything as simple as possible. No sciencey terms, no very scholarly terms, or nothing like that. I will keep it simple and make people aware of anarcho-primitivism or what paleo-primitivism truly means and how valuable it is. And you can come to your own conclusion. So there are some movements already: green anarchy, social ecology, deindustrialization movements, and such. What these activists are doing is they just target the uh, top authority, the government or the authorities. They are directly targeting the authorities and trying to have a top-down approach. And this is exactly what Ted Kaczynski did, the Unabomber. Trying to bring down the authorities is not the solution. But if you bring down one authority, they will get replaced by someone else, and that won't work. So rather than a top down approach, I am approaching it from a bottom up. I want to educate the everyday people like you and me. First of all, spread the word, spread the awareness, get people to talk, bring people to the table first, and let us talk, let us debate, let us have a healthy debate. Even I am ready for a debate. I mean, but I need some time before I have to put across what I believe in, and when the time is right, I'm ready for a debate. But so so that is how it should be. Rather than you attacking the authority, bring them down, it won't work. And so I would like to have a pure thought experiment. We we are not destroying anything. We are not going on the streets protesting. We are not no violence, no nothing. We have brains, right? We are sapiens. We have brains. We can so rather than being instinctive and immediate gratification, like I want anarcho primitivism now. That's not happening. First, let's talk. So, should we have a hunting gathering lifestyle? Should we have such a nomadic hunting gathering fishing lifestyle? Let's have a talk. Anarcho primitivism, every form of any form of lifestyle change or human society change affects at three different levels. One is at the individual level, your health, biology, and such. Second, it affects the societal level, uh, how you cooperate, the authorities, the oppression, all such things. Societal level. Then comes the ecological level, how it affects other animals, plants, how it affects the planet uh, altogether. So, whatever decision we make, these three levels are affected. And also, if if you are not interested in saving the planet, I get it. At least you can save yourself. Anarcho primitivism is not just about saving the planet. It even you get individual benefits as well. Another point I want to mention is the biggest challenge to changing something, changing a lifestyle, changing a human society is our brain itself. The way the brain has evolved, especially our brain, how human brain has evolved is itself a trap, so to speak. How did I reach here? What made me think seriously about anarcho-primitivism is, again, at the individual level. As I mentioned earlier, there are three levels. So I was just concerned about myself, my health actually, and I used to go to the gym. Then I slowly realized the importance of food, diet, and such. Then slowly and steadily, as you progress, as you learn more and more, you hit a wall. That's when you realize there is something beyond your control. Even if you want to improve your own health, there is something at the social level and also at the ecological level which you have no control over. So that's when I realized I have to now talk. I have to come and speak to the society, speak to people what I've learned through my journey. And so, as I mentioned earlier, I I'm not as interested in anarchism, politics, and such. So there have been countless other activists who are into that and speak almost every day about it. But I have a slightly different approach to anarcho-primitivism. So my approach to anarcho-primitivism is more from a biological, evolutionary, ecological perspective, rather than just politics, Illuminati, deep state, and I'm not interested in all those. Although I may mention those, but uh, in a context and not attacking a certain personality or a corporation. I will in on this channel you will never see me attacking a person or a big corporation, etc. It's useless. You speak the concept and the principles and spread the awareness to the everyday people. That's what my goal is. And so you will see a lot of Neanderthals, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, our evolution, and all those things. A little bit of archaeology, anthropology, genetics, etc. As I mentioned earlier, our brain itself is falling into a trap without even we realizing it. And the main culprits that led us into this trap, one is religion, second, addiction, third, technology. Again, it's not prehistoric technology, but synthetic technology. So I like to call it as rat trap. The acronym religion, addiction, technology. So it's easier for us to understand. So our brain fell into this rat trap without even we realizing it, so to speak. So it's not all bells and whistles, glitz and glamour when it comes to Paleolithic lifestyle. And I'm not romanticizing Paleolithic lifestyle. There are Paleolithic lifestyle is hard. Let me tell you straight up. There are some cons when it comes to Paleolithic lifestyle. So for this very reason, and I have not seen anyone speaking about it. And for this very reason, I advocate a gradual transformation into Paleolithic lifestyle. Not you or me or not any Gen Z even or Gen Alpha. I'm not telling people alive today to straight up adopt primitivism, straight up adopt Paleolithic lifestyle from tomorrow or from today. I'm not saying that. It will take time. It will take certain number of generations to get to that, to slowly graduate to that level. So then you may ask, if it will take certain amount of time, if it will take several generations, then why are you preaching this to me now? And so, as I said before, there are also personal benefits in adopting at least some elements of a Paleolithic lifestyle, like improving your health, for example. So, how you eat, how your diet, etc. If you start adopting the Paleolithic way of eating, for example, you can improve your health, and definitely you can improve your happiness if you make certain lifestyle changes based on the Paleolithic people. So it's not like, oh, I have nothing to do with anarcho-primitivism. It's totally useless. Why do I care? It will take several generations to graduate slowly to that, and people alive right now has nothing to do, has no benefits from it. No, it's not true. You will also benefit as an individual by learning a Paleolithic lifestyle. So the second con, as I mentioned before, I'm not romanticizing Paleolithic lifestyle. Paleolithic lifestyle is hard. It's hard physically, but it's not hard mentally, if you understand the difference. And despite our hardships, some occasional violence, etc., it is still our best bet going forward. I recognize there will be a lot of pushback to this, and I also recognize my opponents. Of course, my opponents, they also have valid points. Okay, who will be my opposition? My opposition will be futurists, cyberpunk futurists, sci-fi, interplanetary, occupy Mars. So those are my opponents. So they want to expand civilization from its current form. They want to expand it to civilization type 1, type 2, etc. And expand into other planets. I get it. I totally understand their position. Should we go in a futuristic direction, or should we go a hunting gathering lifestyle? Let's have a debate. Let's talk. If you made this far, thank you so much. I'm Arya. I'm from India, living in India. And I've done my masters in biochemistry. I i was a teacher. I used to teach high school students. I was teaching chemistry though. I taught for some 7 years, 7 years plus. Now I'm just a private tutor, teaching some kids nearby. So I I can have more time. I read books, research articles, etc., and make YouTube videos. And I'm learning English right now. English is my third or fourth language. Actually, it's first of all, English not is not even my language. We are forced to learn English when we go to school. Of course, English is not like a universal, consistent language. It has different accents. So I like I like how the American accent sounds like. So I'm trying to learn the American accent. So I may be slow. I may be thinking a lot, but I have something to share.